RUNMODE podcast. Welcome to it. My name is Mohotjie and I'm an ultra runner. This is the RUNMODE podcast and I'm rolling with Mr. Madisha. Mr. Madisha, man.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Good, and how are you?
It's been a minute.
Yes.
It's been a minute. We're back in action. This is a RUNMODE podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good?
Yes, everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine in the engine.
The engine is fine.
We are less than 200 days to Comrades Marathon. If
200? No.
Less than 60 days to
No,
Comrades.
less than 60.
Yeah, less than 60.
200 is somewhere. Somewhere there.
200 was
Yeah,
the
it's
beginning.
less than 60. Less
than 60.
than 2 months.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is April.
This is April.
April, May.
They're shooting on the 9th. Yeah, this is April.
Yeah, and we don't count June.
No, we don't count the 8th. The 7 days going to June.
Yes, it means it's...
That's for tapering.
Yes.
For people who believe in tapering.
tapering.
For people who believe in tapering.
Yes.
That's for tapering.
Yeah, that's for tapering. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for fixing mistakes.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
How's your training for Comrades coming along?
It's normal because we just train. We just train because when you are experienced, some of the things that you do,
Yeah.
you just do them normal. You don't want to incorporate new things that will make injuries to you. So you just become normal, and at the same time you take care.
Okay, but number one, what is normal? Number two, if you want to improve, shouldn't you be doing some new things to improve maybe your speed or your recovery or your strength in the gym or the hills?
We learn every day. We learn every day. The number that I'm talking about is to be on the road maybe 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
With a long run.
With the long run in the weekend?
During the weekend, yes.
That's a proven formula.
Yeah, that's the proven formula, and that's the normal thing to do.
For you.
Now, if you don't do that, then something's going to happen there.
How many kilometers roughly is that a week?
In a week, minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum, you can't be doing less than 10 per day.
Yeah.
You can't be doing 5 and you think you're doing something.
Unless it's a time trial or like an interval, 1 times
yes, as an
5 times 1,000.
As an ultra runner, you need to be doing something like 10 per day or 20 per day, times 4. Yes. Then during the weekend you go for an ultra.
Sure.
You go for an LSD.
So
yeah,
with this coming Comrades Marathon, there's a lot of new changes with the start. There's all sorts of changes coming up with how things are happening. I think on the administrative side, there's also a lot of things going on there. But what doesn't change is the route coming down from Pietermaritzburg going to Durban.
Yes.
You know, what are the challenges on the down run that you wouldn't necessarily find on the up run? I mean, they say down run, but we're doing a lot of hills.
Yeah, it's down. It's down. To a novice runner, down means easy.
I think giving people with
down,
medals
you are going down.
Yeah.
So you think
and the first
it's gonna be a festival. It's gonna be a festival. It's down. You are going to enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's down, and apart from the start, the batches, what they're going to do, that is something that is not going to change anything. We are just going to leave Pietermaritzburg and go to Durban.
Yeah.
And going to Durban, we'll be using the same route that we've been using. Maybe some small detours.
Yeah.
But those will not change.
Fields Hill.
Yeah, we'll take
Pine Town is Pine Town.
Yes.
Yeah.
The challenges that are going to be there.
Yeah.
That a novice runner must be aware of, or experienced runners who are not yet who don't study the road, who don't study running, who don't research, who don't listen. Yes. Yeah. The first thing is we'll be going down poly shots.
Yeah.
They call it Mkondeni.
Yeah, Mkondoli or something. Yes.
Yeah, it's Mkondeni. That is where.
Doesn't matter what they call
it. But even if they can call N1 Madisha, still the same distance.
Yeah.
So now Mkondeni or Polishwas, it will be going down.
Yeah.
And I think when we're going up, it was at 79. It means that it is going to be at something like 10 or 15.
Yeah.
Somewhere
10
there.
or 12, somewhere there.
Yeah. And it will be going down.
Yes.
And I have an experience there of going fast.
Yes.
Not going fast per se, but because it was going down, that is when my pace increased.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is 2023.
Did you increase the pace because you felt like it's easier on the body? Like
I didn't increase the pace. The body was just going down. The body was just going down.
You just put the car in neutral.
The momentum.
And then you let it go.
The momentum.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying with experience, then you will improve.
Yeah.
Now, there you don't have to go with the flow.
Yeah.
You need to time your run. That here is going down. You don't put on brakes.
Yeah.
But you don't run fast because that energy that you spend there is going to be needed far, somewhere there. Yes. When you are very far. That is the first rep where you will find that somebody is running faster than you and is leaving. That is when I ran it, I was able to see that motorbike that is with the first group. Yeah, yes. I saw it for a long time.
Yeah, you saw it for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time.
But were you not deluded?
I saw the light. Some
people see things. They see things during the marathon.
Maybe I was delusional.
Maybe you're seeing things.
No. We were going and with excitement. You see, when the gun goes there, and there is this thing clapping. There are people cheering your name. They don't know you.
Yeah, they cheer your name.
But because there is a name there, they call you a name.
In the beginning, there's so many people.
Yeah, they call you a
name. Your name.
Then they call you a name. Then you become too excited. You are almost there.
You think you're here.
Yeah, you are almost there, and you still have got 8 kilometers to go.
They actually say you're almost there.
Almost there.
They say you're almost
that phrase is not nice.
That
is the first rep. That is where is the face is where now you can have the first mistake that can be there. So that is the first challenge of running comrades. Then you go
going too fast, too quick.
Yeah, going too fast, too quick. Then in the middle there are some hills. It's a down run, but you'll face hills.
Especially in the first third, the first 30 kilometers.
30 kilometers.
Yeah.
You will get down run when you are somewhere at Pentown.
Yeah.
And that is when you'll be tired. And what you did when you started, then it will come to haunt you. Because Pentown...
Or what you didn't do.
Yes, Pentown is going down.
Yeah.
And if maybe your quads are not strong enough, these muscles in front of your thighs, that is when now you will be able to have problems. A lot of them, because it will be far.
You still have about a half marathon to go, no?
Yeah, it's something like 60 or 50 something.
Yeah.
Yes. You still...
Yeah, it starts at around,
Yeah, that is where the road curves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not nice.
That's where the road curves.
Yeah, it curves to
There's a lot of places where the road curve.
No, that one is going down and it curves.
Yeah. I know it from the up run, so I know it very well.
Yes, then you will see people there. After the curve, then you see a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes, that is when if you are not well, if you are not physically well there, then you'll have a problem. So that means you are training now. It must incorporate having stronger legs.
Strength training.
Yes, strength training, because it's not easy going down.
No,
it's
not.
Easy going up.
It's easy, yeah.
It's easy going up.
Let's compare that.
Now, and going up, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you are going up like you are going
up a flight of stairs.
It's just going up bit by bit.
Yeah, you're just going to a place of high altitude.
But the muscles are able to control. You are able to control your muscles.
Yeah.
But when you are going down, the muscles are loose. Then you get injuries there because the whole load of your body rests on your knees and your muscles.
So you speak about having the necessary sort of engine to take it through so that it can carry you to the finish line.
Yes.
a lot of that training, because the sport we're doing is mainly about breathing and the usage of the lungs. I mean, every sport does that, but ours and cycling and rowing and swimming, particularly those endurance sports, they work your respiratory system.
Yeah.
In this season that we're in now, I mean, we are in the transition of summer going into autumn. There's a lot of high winds, strong winds and cold days. Today in Polokwane it was raining the whole day.
Yes.
And people are catching flus. Or catching a scratchy throat or a small something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be training with that, still whatever blockage or bacteria in their system. Have you ever ran with or trained having a heavy chest with something leading towards a flu?
Yes, before the 2023 comrades, I had flu.
How soon before?
Last year, I think maybe there were some mistakes that I did again. Because that's why I'm saying we learn every time.
Madisha makes mistakes.
like all of us, we make mistakes. And some make mistakes and they are not able to manage them. Because I make mistakes and I manage them. And I learn from them. And we make mistakes. The reason we have a lot of DNFs there, those are mistakes. The reason of a DNF is a mistake. Yes. Nothing else.
It's not knowing how to respond to a mistake.
You made a mistake and now that mistake cost you your run and you don't know how to manage that, to correct that mistake so that you can finish.
What happened with this flu in
so
2023?
This flu is 2023. I had flu and last year I went to vaccinate.
24,
Yes, I went to vaccinate 2 months in advance. It was this time.
So this time last year, you got an injection? Yes,
because of what I learned in 2023.
So this year, have you gotten the injection?
I'm going.
Okay.
Yes.
What happened in 2023, man?
2023, I had flu. Then when I was taking flu medication, the flu medication in itself has got antibiotics.
Yes.
So now when I was taking them somewhere, because I read and I consult people and I look at various things. I mean, I don't read.
Do you consult doctors, traditional healers, random people?
No,
When you say consult people,
experts and doctors and other people. Not traditional healers.
You must clarify these things. You must
no, those ones, they will not, they are not physicians.
They are not marathon runners.
Yes.
Just say you're consulting doctors or marathon runners.
Now, by taking the medication, somewhere in our running groups, somebody told us about the usage of antibiotics before you run. What are the disadvantages? And I stopped there. I stopped right there and of taking that medication because I thought maybe it was four weeks left before the comrades. Then I stopped taking the medication, and when I read, I went to check. Then I checked out and found that antibiotics, when you take them, they will make what we call tendon rupture.
Tendon rupture. So they mess up your...
Yeah, the tendon is tissue that connects the bone to the muscle.
Yes.
And when you run, is the tissue and the muscle. Yes, when you run, going up and down, the muscles are attached to the
contracting and expanding.
Yes.
And it's attached to the bone.
And they make the movement.
Yeah.
The skeletal muscles, the skeleton inside the bones, and
yes,
those muscles, and that is a system that must work.
Yes.
So if there is a tendon rupture, it means the connection between the bones and the muscle will be affected.
It's limited in range.
And
functionality.
Yes. Now they will malfunction. And you are running an ultra. At some point, you will have some big injuries or big
stiffness,
cramps, something.
Muscle pulls.
Yes. For everything is going to be. Now there will be a lot of problems. So then I stopped taking those medications. Then I went to a certain pharmacy where I wanted immune immune boosters.
Immune boosters?
Yes.
Like the stuff you get in a filling station kiosk on the till?
Not that. Maybe the pills that have got vitamin C and what what.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
but
what I'm talking about.
the person gave me those things. Now, she recommended them. Then I took them. I forgot the name. Then I took those things. But when I arrived at the comrades, something said I must Google that thing so that I can check what is happening.
Yeah.
I found that inside that immune booster there are some antibiotics.
Right.
Yes, that are not written there.
That are not confirmed on the bold,
on the bigger,
right?
On the bold.
It's in the fine print.
Yeah, it's in
T's
fine.
and C's apply.
Yes, T's and C's. Then I saw that there is this small amount of antibiotics.
Yeah.
Because I said no, I must stop this. I stopped right there, and there was the only one day left. Then I ran with those things in my system. That is when I suffered at some point.
Yes, you suffered.
I got cramps, a lot of cramps.
23 was a down run.
Yes, that is when I got a big row, 854.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you should have gotten an 840 or 850.
somewhere there, but I suffered, and it was a down run.
What was the suffering looking like? Did you throw up? Did you have a spell of dizziness?
No, at halfway I became tired, and I managed that. That's why I'm saying when you go to run, there you must be able to manage pain. You must be able to manage everything. Then I managed the pain. I managed everything. The sub-9 bus passed me where there was thirst. There was thirst.
Yeah.
Thirst water point.
Thirsty water point.
Yeah, thirst. Inside some trees there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that the sub-9 bus passed me there, but I followed it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see where it is. I was trying to remember where it is.
Yeah, and after you passed it, then you turn left into N3.
Yes. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So that is where I suffered a lot there. I didn't run in that portion. It's up.
You were walking.
Yeah, I was walking.
And you're regaining strength.
Yeah, I regained strength when I got into N3. So now that is when you have got flu. You don't have to run.
Or a flu-like.
When you say symptoms, fever and whatever.
Fever, running nose, fever, sneezing, fever, scratchy throat, fever, I'm just coughing or clearing my throat.
Yes, you must consult as soon as possible.
Okay.
So that those things can be cleared.
Especially 3 months leading to.
Yes.
Because that's when the high mileage training comes in. From the beginning of March until the end of May. That's where the heavy mileage training comes in.
Yeah. Somewhere you hear people say, no, I've got flu. Let me put on
a jacket.
Jacket.
Plastic.
Plastic.
Yeah.
Do you have people who exercise with plastics nowadays?
Some people wear refuse bags and they say, I'll sweat it out. Yeah.
Inside?
No, they wear their warm, gear, and then they wear these.
They wear the refuse bag.
The refuse bags. They
and the refuse bag doesn't allow oxygen to get in and out to sweat inside, like you're in a sauna.
I don't know how the science of it works, but when they explain it logically, they say that I'm gonna sweat out the flu because this plastic is blocking whatever it's blocking.
Scientifically, can you sweat out the virus? Can you sweat out the virus? Do you know the virus? Can you sweat out the virus through your pores?
I was laughing exactly when I'm laughing now. I don't know.
You can't sweat out the virus.
Yeah.
No, the virus is there.
Yeah.
And when you will be running, your body will fight.
Yeah.
Your body will fight. You see, we have got the mucus inside.
Yeah.
So the mucus will be produced. A lot of mucus will be produced so that it can trap the virus and the bacteria. And that mucus, in the long run, it will block your air passages.
I had the thing in 2023, same as you. I had flu, and I think it was towards the end of April. I could see that towards the end of April, I had a flu-like symptom and a scratchy throat. Usually when I have that, I gargle with salt water and lemon. I do that 6, 7, 8, 9 times a day. And the following day, and then I put Vicks on my chest and I do the whole thing. The following day, I'm okay. My nasal passage is clear, but then I keep warm.
And you kill the virus, yeah.
And
you kill the virus.
I eliminate the virus before it becomes a bit more mature in my system. But this time it didn't. It was a bit stubborn. So it became worse progressively. On the third day, I decided, okay, you know what? Let me go to the doctor. Went to the doctor and I said, this is my situation. And I have this marathon coming up in just over 5 weeks. And he said, I can give you an injection, but that means you're out for 2 weeks. Because if you go training with this injection, which is like a compressed form of antibiotics.
It's got antibiotics, it will do what I told you.
Exactly. It's got a concentrated volume of antibiotics. So he said, you're going to be out for 10 days to 14 days.
Yes.
And if you truly feel like you're losing your fitness, go for a walk, no more than 20 minutes, and keep as warm as possible. And I said, no, it's fine. I think on the 8th, 9th day, I was feeling better. I went for a light jog, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I did that for 3 or 4 days, and then I resumed my training for about a week. And then by then, it was time to taper. And then I took it easy a bit. But I took a 25K run about 3 weeks after that, about maybe a week and a half after the injection had done its thing. And I felt normal. But afterwards, I felt very dizzy, the dizziness that I had never felt before. And I thought maybe it's because of the hills that I ran, because I'd run on a couple of hills. But when I reflected much later, my conclusion was that it's the outcomes of the injection, you know. But I went on to go run and finish my Comrades Marathon, which in 2018 I had a flu and 2018 was absolutely worst. I was coming from a DNF in 17. 2018, I'm ready, I've trained, I've followed a proper training plan, and boom, next thing, my flu sticks for 2 weeks, and I didn't want to go to Durban, because I thought, what am I going to do there? I got flu. I'm going to give other runners a flu, because I'm not running, definitely, and I didn't run, so I've seen the pain of running, not running, when I have the flu, a DNS, and then, so in 2023, I decided, no, I'm going to get the flu shot, and I'm finished, I'm done. You know, so but now April is a high volume season. I think it's the highest. If you look at Comrades Marathon finishers, the highest amount of running they do is in April. Some people because it's too late and they want to cram the work before the big exam. Some people it's because the training plan is maturing. And coincidentally that's when it becomes darker and colder in the mornings and the evenings. And that's when the flu comes in.
So you are talking about being dizzy.
Yeah.
You know what causes that dizziness?
What causes it?
When you are dizzy, you are like you are losing consciousness.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
like
because
you're feeling lightheaded.
Yes, we feel lightheaded. That lightheadedness is because of few oxygen in your brain. Because when you are running and your chest is not good enough to carry oxygen,
the air passages are full of bacteria.
The air passages are full of the mucus that is protecting the body.
Yeah.
The function of the mucus or the phlegm is to protect the body. It's not when you are sneezing, it's because there is bacteria, it must come out. The body is defending itself. And we are having a runny nose, the bacteria is coming out. The body is expelling that thing from your body. So with a dizzy, with a lightheaded dizzy, it's because the amount of oxygen that you are taking is not enough, and some does not reach the brain. Yes, so that is when you start to
get the dizziness.
You are disorientated. Now, the worst case scenario about exercising with flu is death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an exclamation mark.
You can die.
You
can die. Serious. Serious. You can die.
It is.
You can die because that's why we must stop this thing of saying, I'm going to train and I want to remove the flu. You put on those plastics or you put on... There is one that they can buy. So someone, when we're training somewhere, there is something that they can buy that is like that plastic, but it's the one that you can buy. So it is going to make you to sweat a lot. If you want to sweat, just sweat. Don't sweat flu. So you can't sweat flu.
So all in all, if you get symptoms of flu, do the self-remedy or go visit a physician.
Yes,
and then take a few days off and rest.
And because if you go out, you are spreading the flu. You can spread it and you go home and you are okay. And you come back to the same people. One infects you with flu. So that means you must rest.
Yeah.
You must just rest. If after taking medication, if you rest for 2-3 days, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because an immune system of a runner is not like the immune system of everyone.
Some people never get sick though. I see some people never get sick.
Yeah, since I got that vaccine last year, I just had a small bout of flu. I think it's 3 weeks back. Yeah, it came and it went away. So
without any self-medication?
No, the thing is when we live, we eat a lot of things. Some of them are medication.
Oh yeah, the nutrition was on point.
The food is medication. So we don't know what we do. But exercising and eating a lot of things maybe help somewhere here and there.
Yeah.
So, but I've never had a flu that is serious that made me not to go to work.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Good man. Let's jump into this thing that we were going to speak about, the second thing. People who are talented versus people who have to acquire all the skills in the world. I mean, when you look at people who win marathons, a lot of them look like they were born for this. A couple of episodes ago, I think it was 5 episodes ago, we spoke about Ethiopians and Kenyans.
Yes.
And some people literally look like they don't do much in the gym or on the road, but they just bang out PRs every time they go running. You know, you hear about people who start running and they do their first marathon in a 4-hour 20, 4-hour 30, and then they get put on a program, and then within 6 months or the following year, they do the same marathon within 3.5 hours. They shave off an hour. You know, sometimes it's because they're following a structured marathon, they're being formally, they're being disciplined about it, and their nutrition is following suit. But sometimes it's just they're very quick, their body's very quick to adapting to this thing called running. You know, obviously, if someone has less weight than the next person, it makes them easier to adapt to a training plan. You know, what makes some runners, what makes it easy for them to just run fast or get used to running for a long time, you know, compared to other runners who never ever improve. Well, not improve, but they have like minimal improvement over a long period of time and many attempts.
Yeah, a talent, when we're talking about a talent, we're talking about a exceptional natural ability to perform something without training or being before being educated about it. So that is going to be something that you are born with. Yeah. Yes, you are talented. You have got the natural ability of running. Then you will be able to run. But with training, you will run better. Sure. Yes, because talent alone is not enough.
We have a lot of talented people who are nonsense people.
You need to train.
Yeah.
It's like people who talk over the media or who talk somewhere. Some can talk naturally, but they need to be told how to talk.
Like you.
No, I'm not a natural. I'm not a natural talker. I wasn't talking. If you go and ask my mother, she will tell you.
You're a natural.
She will tell you that this one is quiet, very quiet.
You're a natural trash talk. You're a natural trash talk.
Me?
Yeah.
No, if you go to my homies there and tell them that thing, they will tell you, now they can kill you. They can kill you for scandalizing my name. So naturally, I'm not a talker. Yeah. So then we are having those other people who will have to train. Yeah. Who will have to train, who will have to be educated to run. Yeah. Yeah. When a top runner do a DNF, it's because maybe they are injured. It's not because mostly. Yeah, mostly they are injured.
Sometimes they just want to run a certain distance.
Yes, like there is a reason for that. And sometimes when they see that things are not going well for them, in order not to tarnish their name, they bail out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a reason for
We're
that.
gonna talk about that at some stage. We need to talk next episode.
Yes.
Let's talk about athletes who DNF. Because there's elite athletes who DNF.
Yeah.
For those reasons, and then there's non-elite athletes who DNF.
Because,
we'll talk about it.
Because they are brands. They are brands. Some of us were not brands. We're just.
Sure,
if something happens to us, no one sees.
No one cares.
No one cares. So acquired skill.
Yeah.
Acquired skill is you get it by training.
Yeah.
Somebody tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Yes, we can have people who are not, who never ran, who never did sport.
Yeah.
But they are told to how to run, and they become exceptional with hard work.
Yeah.
So hard work can be talent, if talent is not honed enough.
Sure.
Yes. So now that is where it is. Now in both, because of running, both people must be able to have a high threshold of pain.
Yeah.
Running is associated with pain.
There
is nothing else. If we slow runners, we can run and stop and run and stop and run and stop.
We slow runners.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Madisha, identified as slow runner.
No, I'm saying we because. No, I'm saying we. I can't say they. I say we. I say we. I say we so that they can feel better. Okay. So we slow runners.
Sure.
If we slow runners now can be able to run, and we are not able to finish, is because that pain when it comes, it's low. It's low. So that pain when it comes, maybe if we're talking about percentages, the elite runners maybe have got 80% threshold. They can run with pain for a long time.
Sure, I see.
Yeah,
they can stand the pain.
Yeah, but slow runners, you find that they've got 30% of pain threshold.
And then
now, when pain attacks them first, because running is about pain, then they stop running.
That threshold for pain.
That threshold needs to be shifted upwards.
And you do that by acquiring more skills.
By training,
strength training,
by training, and by knowing how to run.
But those are skills, right? Those are not necessarily
those are skills. I'll tell you something. When we were doing the 56 Cape Town, no, what is it? Cape Town Marathon, 2 Oceans.
2 Oceans Marathon.
Yeah, we're doing 2 Oceans here in Limpopo.
2 Oceans.
Is that when you can't afford to go somewhere? You do it.
Yeah, to show us a beachfront. You're running by the show.
So now we said we were going to do 50.
Yeah.
Then when we were doing 50, when we were running, I told Sam that let's run 5, walk a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 steps, run 5.
Yes. Run 5.
Because we are going to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, some were stubborn. They didn't want to listen. Then I left them. But what I can tell you is, because that was an ultra that most of us, even myself, I did 100 in December. I never ran an ultra. Yes, I never. So that was my first. That was my first 50.
Yes.
Since December.
Since December 18th.
Yes, because my body felt somehow when I was at 52.
Yeah.
Then at 50, at 40 something, 48, 49, they were struggling, most of them, but majority finished.
Yeah.
Yes, but what I learned out of that is when you're running an ultra and you are not a top runner, have some rest somewhere.
Have a run-walk strategy.
Run-walk strategy.
That's a running skill.
And it will work for you. So that is the skill that you must acquire. No one else must tell you. You must know that this is a long distance. You can't run the whole comrades.
You know what a lot of people think? To get a 9-hour comrades marathon, your pace must be, average pace must be between 6:05 and 6:10.
Yes.
Somewhere there, depending on 89 or 90 kilometers. So some people want to clock it on 6:05.
Forever.
Forever.
It can't.
And obviously that strategy, it lacks skill, because I would imagine what you then do is you look at where the hills are, where the downhills are, and you divide your 90-kilometer
segment
into segments.
Yeah.
And then you say, I'm going to run this pace here and this pace here, and you put it on a plot, on a graph, and then that'll say to you, oh yeah, you're going to finish in 8:53. And then you say, I can walk for at least 6 times during the marathon.
Yeah. The problem is the social media. Social media can kill you. Real death. Social media.
Right.
Because social media has got everything. Like we are talking now.
Yeah.
We are talking from experience.
Yeah.
Someone else will talk from their experience.
Yes.
And someone else will talk from their experience.
Yeah.
Some are coaches, some are not.
Yeah.
Like us, we are not coaches.
We're advisors.
Yeah, we are advisors. You take it or you leave it.
Yeah, you take it or you leave it. They're advisors.
You see, then when you listen to them,
yeah,
take what fits you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be good for you.
Yeah.
If it's not good for you, don't take it. But information is there.
Yeah.
From 0 kilometer to the last kilometer, they tell you here is going to be up, here is going to be what, here is going.
Yeah, you must tip your head to others.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of information.
What kind of training do you do to tip your head to others' seat?
Yeah, maybe they just want them to rest there. Because when
they want
you're moving from there, you'll walk to there, then you do it.
Sure.
Yes, but what I've learned, the good strategy of running an ultra, you must rest somewhere. You must walk somewhere. And when you're walking somewhere, yes, then in economics language, that is what I once said, that you can't invest if you don't have money.
Yeah.
Invest while money is still there. If you have got a bonus or something that is big, you must invest while you still have. So if you run and you finish all your energy, then you start to walk when you are finished.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen to you.
Basically, if you have 100 units of energy, before you get to 100 depletion, after you use 10, you must rest, and then use another 10, you must rest, so that the 100 can take you from 0 to finish point.
Yes. That's it.
Essential.
Yeah.
What other running skills beat talent? So because that is a running skill that beats talent. Because the talent will say shoot, and the skill will say that, look, man, you need to, be a bit more efficient with your energy.
Yeah. Another one is hydration and nutrition.
Yeah.
What you have to do when you are running, because you can't just people use gels.
Yeah.
Yeah, gels, you need to study your gel, what it contains. There are some gels that are just liquids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one will just spike your energy and you run fast, then it goes down.
Yeah, yeah.
Gels, most of them that can work are the ones that are thick because they've got carbohydrates inside. I saw a certain gel, I can't mention its name. It has got carbohydrates, it has got electrolytes, it has got gram block inside.
That's all in one.
All in one.
That's like back in the day TV game, like 64 and 1.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's
so when you're taking that one, and they've written that you must take it after 45 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, meaning that after 45 minutes, but if you're strong enough, you can take it after 1.5 hours, because you can't just be adding those things into your body. So everything there, you must know that is going to be like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are physical attributes, like fast twitch muscles or slow twitch muscles that enable someone to be more adaptable to running. Do you have any physical attributes that put you in a higher standing with regards to a talent for running?
Yes, muscle coordination, nerves, everything.
Yeah.
It comes with how you train.
Yeah.
Yes, when you train, you'll feel that you don't use effort to run.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, then your body will switch to the average pace, to the pace that is good for you for a long time. Like maybe you have run maybe 9 kilometers, then from 10, the road is flat or it's not challenging. Then you'll run and you'll never feel anything. That is when your muscles, the fast twitch muscles or the muscles that are used for you when you run, are going to be connected with your nervous system, the nerves.
Yeah.
Then you run for a long time.
Yeah.
And if you reach that stage, then you must know that your body is good enough.
Yeah.
But when you're going up, that is when you feel that you have to use energy. And that is when you have to plan. That it means that there is a time when you will have to run for a long time without thinking.
Without thinking.
Yes. So when you run and you start to think, it means you are facing a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when maybe we can say you are on cruise control.
You're just feeling jealous of the next runner.
Yeah, you just pass.
Cruising.
Yeah, you just pass. They just pass.
Yeah.
These top runners, there is where when they run,
yeah,
they don't feel anything because they are used to that.
Yeah.
It comes with how you train.
Yeah.
Then that is how you improve yourself. So the muscles will respond to how you train. You can't run for 10 kilometers without stopping if you didn't run for 10 kilometers during training.
If you've never done a temporary.
Yeah. So everything you have to train for it. That is how you acquire those skills.
At what level would honing a skill be like at what level would trying to hone a skill about running be a useless exercise? In other words, at what age should you stop wanting to become faster with your 10 times 800 meter splits or interval splits in the stadium on the track? Or at what body size, if you're increasing your body size or decreasing your body size, would it be better to stop running uphill and downhill, trying to tune yourself better to becoming stronger?
There was a race where I was outpaced by a 60-year-old.
Right.
That was Soweto. So that means age doesn't fit in. How you train.
Right.
How you train is how you are going to perform. If you have got pace and you have trained a lot, during the race, nothing will stop you.
So I can train, I can be elite.
I know a guy who's about 50 who ran a lot of races now, I think 4.
Yeah.
There is Omdidam, there is that one that you run for the whole day. Cosmos. And they ran the one that was in Polokwane, Makoro. Now they ran
two oceans.
2 oceans. Yes.
Yeah.
It's over 50. It's over 50. And
they started with Cosmos.
A
week later, 2 weeks later, they did Makoro.
Yes.
And then 2 weeks after that, they did
Omdidam.
No. A week later was Omdidam, and then
Makoro.
And then 2 weeks later was Oceans.
Yes. And
insane.
There are 3 ultras. That is Cosmos. That is Omdidam. That is 2 oceans. And Makoro. Makoro is also an ultra because it's run on the mountains.
And it's for 3 kilometers.
Yes. Yeah. So now everything, the output that you see is the input you made.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. That is, you will acquire those things if you are a hard worker. If you don't train, you train with your mouth. You can't. Some people train with their mouth. You can't train your mouth.
They train how to talk.
Yeah, they train how to talk. And when you say, let's do this and this and this and this, now they resist. Now that is when during the race, when something doesn't go well for them, then you just say, inside you say, I told you. But you can't say, I told you. But the look on their face will be saying, hey, that guy told me that I must do what, I must do what. So people need to acquire skills and they must not be shy to ask.
How do I do this, how do I do that?
Yes, and if you become better than me, it means you can't just come back and ask. It's because you are better now, they must come and ask. Even the coaches, Messi is better than his coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Messi won't coach his coach. He's just going to continue winning championships.
And the coach will call Messi and tell Messi that, no, there is a big problem that you did. So correct that. But Messi is talented. So he needs to be guided.
You're speaking about people being taught. We have a lot of new people coming into the running world. And they make a lot of they make a lot of mistakes. You know, if you take it back 10 years, 2015, and you look back on how the sport of running has grown, especially in South Africa, there's been a huge increase in running, especially 2018, 19, and then obviously COVID-19, it was free advertisement for running because you could run from home. All the exercises associated to running, you could do them from home. And now we have a lot more people in the running world than we did before, than we ever did. You know, if you look at the number of entries in marathons, especially the big name marathons, and if you also look at the number of marathons in marathon events popping up. I mean, Polokwane in itself, we have so many new events. We have the Makoro Village Marathon, we have the CDM Marathon, Polokwane City Marathon, we have the Seshego Marathon, we have Mall of the North Marathon. We have about 5 or 6 qualifier marathons throughout the year, you know, and that's just in Polokwane, and that's just the 42s and then the ultras.
Yes.
But all these races have novice runners, and a lot of these novices come back on the 9th of June, the day after Comrades, and say, I didn't know. Why didn't anyone tell me this? I mean, I used to laugh at the seminars because I thought, no, but that's obvious. You know, what are some of the things that you think is obvious that you see novices doing or not doing, or the mistakes that they do? And the first instinct is, no, but that's obvious. But then obviously when you think about it, you realize that because someone is new to something, they have their own ways of doing it. No one is guiding them, and therefore they're bound to make some unnecessary mistakes.
Novice runners are one of the definitions that we can say about them is these runners who never ran a marathon.
Yeah.
Or they've never ran an ultra. So when they start to run, they need to follow the path that we took. It's not like some people are naturally gifted, like we say, some are having talent. Yes. So there are those novice runners who are not talented. Novice runners need to understand that to run marathons, you need to start from somewhere. Yeah. And when you start from somewhere, you can't start from somewhere without guidance. So most of them just see people run. Then they enlist. They enlist to run marathons.
No, they usually see you with your medal. They'll see you running, but they don't notice. It's when they see the medal Monday. That's when they start.
They didn't check where you come from. And because they don't talk to you, they just think that you just go to a marathon. And some will just do those things because of lack of respect. Now they can see that this one I can outrun him because I was outrunning him when we were playing football.
And people will think that.
Yes, because when they were playing football, they were maybe much stronger. You must know that the heart never gets old.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean the heart never gets old? What do you mean? The heart?
The heart never gets old. The one that is going to get old is the muscles. The muscles of the heart.
I hear you. Physiologically,
physiologically, it never gets old.
I thought you were talking about the ego. The ego never goes away.
Yes, the ego and the heart. Some parts of the heart, the heart will pump. Yeah. But now, at some point, a person must know that this thing must be taken care of. You must understand. You must ask people, how do you do these things? So they are bound to make mistakes.
How must the novice runner minimize the mistakes or the silly mistakes? If someone comes up to you now and says, hey, I see what you guys are doing, and this is lovely, and because we're in South Africa, Comrades Marathon is always the pinnacle of our running. You know, even though we have longer trail runs and longer, ultra runs, but Comrades Marathon is seen as the pinnacle of it. Someone says, hey, I want to do the Comrades Marathon. How long do you think it should take them? Or what needs to happen before they go for the first Comrades Marathon? If they don't have a history of sports.
If they don't have a history of sports, it must be 3 years.
Because this is like the worst case scenario.
Yeah, it must be something like 3 years. The first year
36 months.
Is to train 5 kilo, 10 kilo, 21. You must know that 21 is difficult for some people.
Tough.
Very tough. Then with time, gradually, then they must.
I'm advising someone on a 21K run. I'm calling it advising because it's your turn. I'm advising someone on their first 21K run. It's
21 is difficult if you are not fit enough. And if you are going to run it alone, you must run it with somebody so that they must guide you. So the first year is just to do those 21s and 5 and 10, so that you must know running. Second year, then that is when you have to join marathons.
Second year, you start doing your 42.
Yeah, you do 42 with no pressure.
Right.
Not trying to qualify. Then the third year, that is when you can go to comrades, meaning you have to maybe take 2 years running.
Not trying to qualify, meaning usually marathons say there's a cutoff of
there's
6
hours. There's a cutoff, yes. You don't stretch yourself.
So you're not listening to the Madishas of the world that speak about qualifying. You listen to...
If you qualify early, then you will be thinking that you can go to the comrades. That is why we have a high number. That is why we have a high number of DNFs.
You won't do the 3-year course. So this is a 3-year course. You can't.
And you want to do it
in
a very short space of time. Yes. Yeah. So you need to be able to. You must qualify. You must qualify to run. Then qualifying to run, it means your body must be able to must take the punches of a marathon.
Yeah.
Yes. Then after 2 years, the third year, that is when we can talk, and we have to look at your training,
at your ability, at your lifestyle,
at your ability. Then we give you a marathon that is tough. We see how you take it. Yeah.
But you can't take people to Taffy on their first marathon.
I know that one is for veterans. That one is for veterans. Veterans physically and mentally.
Maybe so. I know someone.
Yes, you can try them to these simple marathons. There are a lot of simple marathons.
Which marathon is a simple marathon?
Very simple. A lot of them are simple. The only tough marathons is Taffy and Soweto that I know. Others are simple. People flock there. Yeah, people flock to Taffy. If you get a marathon with marathon being 42 and is less than 200 or is 250 or whatever, you must know it's tough.
How many people are usually signing
But
up
if you go for a marathon and you find that the marathon is sold out. Sold out and...
Well, look at the marathons. Are always sold out.
Are sold out.
They're always saying no more.
No
Please
more.
register
Yes, yeah. So you must think this one. No, these are
the elevation
simple.
Is
elevation, small elevation.
Yeah,
so you can sprint forever. You can sprint forever. That is the one that I say.
You can face a number one female.
But but you can't take that marathon as a novice and you say that no, I can run a marathon. Then I can go there.
So you do your first year, getting your body acclimatized to running, doing 5s, 10s, and 21s. Your second year, you pick up a 42 to test the body and see. The third year, you going sort of competitive, but to yourself to see what's your actual PB on a marathon.
We are talking about a novice runner who doesn't have a history of running.
That's the worst case scenario.
Yes. Then the third year they can go and try to run the comrades. But if you are fit, maybe you have been in football. You have these people who have played football, like we talked about, and Robin and Kaka and those
and the guy was
now
a coach
and they can do a sub 3. They can do a sub 3. It's because they are fit. Yes. But if you don't have a history of running,
the body's used to
pain. But if you have never read that you are this nice guy or this nice lady, you didn't want to do anything when you were still young or when you were still fresh. Now, if you want to run, you have to work.
But when does an ultramarathon fit into that 3-year plan? I'm using that example because that is the worst case scenario.
Ultramarathon will come that third year.
Okay.
That third year, if you can run an ultra, you must look for an ultra.
Dam, Loskop, Oceans Marathon.
You can even do your own ultra with someone.
Not everyone can do their own ultra, man. People don't know how to run their own ultra. They'll be messing everything up.
Okay, or they will try to run 60 and somewhere they will give up.
They will give up. They will do a short ride here.
Yeah, they will do a short ride and go.
Unless, if you say you're running point to point, if you're running from Polokwane to Hennigsburg, I think it's...
Or you take a person...
It's over 55 kilometers.
You take someone to Mkopan.
Yes, yes. And then you say run back. That way,
Yes.
then definitely they'll be able to run.
Yes.
But outside of that, nah.
No.
People can't run by themselves.
Yes.
that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's novice runners.
Yes.
A lot of runners train like novice runners though.
Yeah.
And I'm switching the topics. A lot
Yes.
of runners train like novice runners because they do not structure their weekly mileage properly. In other words, weekly mileage, I'm talking, if you say you're doing 100 kilometers a week, or 100 kilometers is for specialized runners. If you're doing 50 to 60 kilometers a week, how many of those kilometers is what kind of run? And I would imagine there's a long run. If you're a marathon runner, yes, there must be a long run in the weekend. How long is the long run? If we're measuring not in time, because usually people who run less than 60, 70 kilometers measure all their runs only in distance and never in time. So let's use that particular factor. How much of 50 kilometers a week is a tempo run, a interval run, a normal, what's a maintenance run? A lot of people do not structure their weekly mileage. And they just say, oh, I'm going to go for a run, lace up, go out running for about an hour and a half, come back with a 15K or a 12K or a 17 or 18K. And they got endorphins, dopamine is hitting.
Yes.
And I went for a run, I'm good.
What I'm talking about is one of mistakes that will be done by novice runners maybe, because you don't have a plan.
A lot of mature runners
You don't have a
do that as
plan.
well.
You just run because you're feeling happy, you run.
Yeah.
Because you are excited about something, you run.
Yeah.
We don't do that. And because you are excited, you run 2 times a day. Or because you are only from work, you run 3 times a day. No, we don't do that. You don't run 3 times a day.
Yeah.
No, you must plan. If you say you have got 50, now that 50, what you are going to do? You have to maybe, most of us on Monday we rest, or most we do recovery run.
Yeah.
On Monday. The example that I give from myself is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I run. I rest on Friday. Saturday is a long run. On Monday is recovery. On Tuesday is tempo run. On Wednesday is interval run. Thursday is hill. Not like I'm going to the hills. I just do.
You choose a hilly route.
Yes, I choose a hill route. And all of them, minimum is 10. Maximum is 15.
You said run Monday to Thursday, Friday rest, Saturday long run.
Yeah.
And Sunday?
Saturday, it's a long run. And that long run, it must be 30.
Yeah.
We are talking about people who are going to comrades.
Yeah.
Or people who have to run marathons.
Talking about serious runners.
Yeah, serious runners. Now, you can't be waking up at 5 o'clock on Saturday and you do 21.
Sure.
No, go and do it alone. Don't come to the group. In our group, we do 30.
Don't come to distract the group.
Yeah.
21 kilometers.
We take 30.
They are 30 kilometers.
Now we take 30 now. The reason to take 30 is during a marathon, 30 is important. At comrades, the first cutoff is at, is it 30?
38. No, 28.
No.
It's at 28.1 kilometers.
20.
The first cutoff is at 28.1 kilometers.
Okay, myself, I measure when I reach, there is something like 30.
Yes.
Somewhere when we are doing down run next to the bridge.
Yes.
Yes.
It'll be just after 30 kilometers left.
Yes. So you need to make sure that you reach 30.
You mean when you go under the bridge?
Yeah, you will go under the bridge and you turn right.
Yeah, I know the up run one because that was the first time I thought, oh, I made it. I still have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, by the time the situation happens, I'm gone, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
So now you need to have a long run of 30.
Yeah.
LSD of 30.
Yeah.
That will work. Even when you are not going to comrades, but for you to run a marathon, to run up to 30, because marathon is 30 of hard running, 12 of managing. So at comrades,
30, that's very important. 30 of hard running and 12 of management.
Yes, because after 30, the body now is not well. But you need to be able to manage how to run that 12
Okay.
and at pace, because you'll be finishing.
That's another thing that we got to speak about next week, I think.
Yes.
How to run a marathon.
How to run a marathon.
It's different to how to run an ultra marathon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Ultra marathon, you must also have 30.
Yeah, sure.
You must also have 30. From 30, then you manage from where you are. And
so, but
at the end.
I asked you a thing, man. On Sundays, what do you do? Do you rest on Sundays?
Sundays we rest.
Okay.
Sundays we rest, but nowadays, because comrades are coming, I see people doing what is called heat run.
Yes, they do heat runs on Sunday.
I don't like it.
You don't like heat runs. You've always mentioned this. You don't like heat runs.
Yes, I've got my own reasons.
Yeah, because but heat runs are very important. Your body gets acclimatized to
running in heat.
No, not necessarily running in heat. To run overheated itself.
Overheat, yeah.
I get it when you start running, the body temperature
it will go up gradually.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a maximum point which it will reach at, but it will still expected to function. Your lungs are expected to function at a certain efficiency. So is the heart and everything else. So in a heat run, you're getting your organs and your body overall acclimatized to running at that level of temperature. Continuously, because now it's in the heat. There's no cooling.
Yeah.
Continuously. But I would imagine for you that's just wear and tear.
No.
You've mentioned your thoughts.
No, the heat run. If we have to do the heat run when we are going to do it, we can't do it at. Most of the people do it later, afternoon.
Yeah. So
it's not right to do it in the afternoon. In my opinion, you have to do heat run maybe 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
But
before 12 o'clock. That is when the heat is intense.
But when you look at the meteorological information and you look at the hour by hour, is 1 o'clock not the hottest time of the day?
1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1 p.m.
It's winter. It's not summer.
Oh, it differs.
Yeah, it changes now.
Geography.
Yes, yeah. If you from now on we check after one, because we are going to winter, it will change.
Also, now in autumn, the hottest time is 10 to sort of 12, half past 12.
Yes, obviously from 9 up to 12 it will be hot. Not that hot, but the sun will be there.
But the hottest time of the day.
Yeah, that is the hottest time of the day. The temperature will go high that time. But afternoon, 2 o'clock going there, I don't think it will be much hotter. It will be less because things are changing now. The weather system is changing. So
all these 4 runs that you do during the week, they're all in the morning. They're all before the sun.
They are all in the morning, but if you are disturbed in the morning, you can go in the evening. No problem.
How did you put together this running plan, or how did you structure this weekly, mileage? Because I'm asking that because some people structure their cycles. If we say weekly cycle, some people structure their cycles in 5 days. 7 days is just, it's good because everything in life is structured in 7 days. Work, weekend, 2 days and everything else. But sometimes, especially I've seen this with elite runners, they would use 10-day cycles to structure their training plan. How did you, but because yours is, it's 7 days, but it's more like an elite runner because you put in the 4 days exactly as they should be, and then Friday taking a rest, and then Saturday you blasting out.
Situations are not normal. Sometimes you look at your work, what to do. Now, if you can put a 7-day cycle, 6-day cycle, 5 days, 10 days, it will depend on who you train with and how you can manage that. If you put on a 10-day cycle, you can put it. It will overlap into the weekend and somewhere. That's why when we are moving around, you can see people training on Sunday. It means they are in the cycle. So for us, we use the week, Monday to Sunday. Monday is the first day, Sunday is the last day. That is when I'm talking about resting on Friday, running on Saturday. If it's a marathon, we rest on Thursday and Friday, we run on Saturday. Then that is how we do it.
You taper for 48 hours. You taper for 2 days.
For 2 days? Yeah, for the body to rest. Because we're going to use this body and in a not normal situation.
Some of the runners, some runners, like the ones you're talking about, run about 50 kilometers a week. But they have a goal to run 70 kilometers a week. how long would you suggest one takes in increasing from 50 to 55, 60, up until they get to maybe a 70 or something like that?
You must increase your daily. Increase your daily maybe by 5.
Increase your daily by 5?
Yeah, your daily.
If you're doing 50
if you were
kilometers a
at
week,
10,
yeah.
it's 15. 15 times 4 for me. It
No,
will
but
be 60.
No, but wait.
Yeah.
Sticking to that example of 50 a week.
50 a
If
week.
someone is doing 50 a week,
50 a week with
with
long run included 50.
Long run is a 20 kilometer. I'm talking about novice runners and people who are mature runners who think like novice runners. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of people who have unstructured runs or who run only
the goal is the one that is important.
Yeah.
We look at the goal. If you have got the goal, you want to achieve something, that is when we'll talk about you. But if you're just running and you are unstructured,
they have a goal to finish the Comrades Marathon.
They want to finish the Comrades Marathon.
These are the mistakes that novice runners do.
All right. Then they need to have a structured training plan. Structured training plan, it means a day there must be a minimum amount that is going to be consistent.
Yeah.
That they run. Today I didn't run because of rain, but my running partner is going to run in the afternoon, but I didn't go to run. But I can't say because I didn't run today, then tomorrow I do double. No, I can't do double. It's a blessing in disguise. When you are sick,
you're resting.
When you are when you have got some commitments, you are resting.
Yeah.
No one is dying.
Yeah, no one is dying.
Yeah. So you must know that the fitness will not just run away.
So increasing 5 kilometers?
You must increase 5 kilometers. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. But if the person wants to increase with 5 kilometers, he can run 10 in the morning, 5 in the evening.
I hear you.
Yeah, that means now your body is more on the road than being on the couch.
If they're increasing 5 kilometers, if they're running this 50 that I'm talking about, and they're increasing to maybe 70, I think those increases must be recovery or at recovery pace or at easy pace, so that they don't incur an injury.
Yes, they must just be careful, and when whatever that they do, what I like about running is that most of runners are not jealous. They will tell you what to do. If you approach the right people, then they will tell you what to do.
Runners are jealous, man. Runners are very jealous.
I'm not jealous.
How many people have given you good advice?
I'm not jealous. Me.
How many people have given you good advice on how to get a, sub 8:30 Comrades Marathon, how to run a 3:20 marathon, how to improve your 10K?
You mean social runners being jealous? Yeah. For what? For what? Why are they jealous? Because
I don't know.
When you outrun them, you don't get anything.
I don't know their reasons. I've seen a lot of runners talking, and
they've got drama. Those ones have got drama. We have got runners, ne?
Yeah.
We've got runners with good hearts.
Yeah.
We've got runners who are running there. They want to be the best at the expense of others. And there are runners who, when you want to run with them, they will not want to run with you because of that jealousy that you talk about. But it depends.
Run alone.
No, it boils down to character.
Yeah.
It boils down to character, and character is natural. If you are not a person of other people, where you have to talk to other people, you are not a people's person.
Some runners start a podcast to share information about running.
Yes, but some share information every day. They don't care. Well, who does what? So now, every time you are a novice runner and you don't know how, even from what you wear, you need to ask. You can't be buying some shoes from one shop that is selling shoes that for you can, for lifestyle, that you can just put on when you are going to head the kettle, and you come and run with those shoes. You must. You need to. One day is not far. It's not. I was from running. I was putting on my running shoes that I'm going to use at the Comrades. Then I met someone. I met a boy and a girl, and I was talking to them about safety in our place. Then they were looking at me, and I didn't know why they were looking at me and they were listening. And when we finished, they say, my brother, are your shoes? No, your shoes are nice. No, I said, these are running shoes. They say, no, but they're nice. Yeah. So those are the shoes that are not used for heading cattle. They're nice. I won't mention their name. But those shoes, I don't wear them now.
Yeah.
I just take them when I'm doing 5, doing 10, so that I can't damage them. So that at the comrades, my running apparel is good.
Is intact,
It's intact. You can't just be running. We know some people can't buy, but ask
is an expensive sport.
We will take you to the right shops. Most of runners buy shoes online.
Yeah.
They don't buy in the shop.
Big mistakes.
If you go and buy in the shop, that is when you'll buy those shoes that will, at 10 kilometers, then hurt your ankles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So how much, you spoke earlier of the 3-year period of a novice runner from the beginning to, or maybe 2 year or 1 year. Within that period of progressing, how much weekly mileage should a runner be doing if they want to finish a 42 versus an ultra marathon?
42.
I mean, you get competitive people. Some 21 kilometer elite runners do about 80-90 kilometers a week.
Yeah.
42 kilometer elite guys, they do up to 180. I mean, Kelvin Kipton was doing about 250 a week. That's like ultimate elite level. That's like 1% of 1% of 1%.
Yes.
In the region. But in the crop of social runners, if you want to run a 42 in 5 hours versus 3 hours versus 4 hours and everything in between, what is the guide and how much weekly mileage you need to cover?
For the 42, it depends what time you want.
Yes, all of them.
What time you want during a marathon.
Yeah.
But all in all, you can't be there. I'll start with the elite. Elite, they run a lot of kilometers.
This is a 240 marathon, or let's say a 3-hour marathon.
3-hour marathon. They run a lot of kilometers. Those kilometers, and they run in the morning and in the afternoon. Yeah. In the morning, it can be pace. In the afternoon, or vice versa.
They do hard running in the morning and easy running in the evening,
and they can do 20-20.
Yeah.
They can do 20-20.
Yeah.
It's easy to do 20-20. It's easy to run 20. It's not a big problem. It's 2 hours. Minimum is 2 hours.
You're talking about someone at Madisha levels. Yeah. Because an easy run for you at 6-minute pace.
Mental toughness is needed there.
Yes.
That is when we are talking about threshold of pain.
Yeah.
Yes, and you must know how to manage pace when you are doing those things.
Yeah.
But if you are running in the morning and in the evening, but somewhere there must be some rest.
Yeah.
Because you will be overtraining.
Yes, you will be. There will be a lot of hard training.
You don't want people to overtrain and not be able to run. And they don't run every marathon. They train and rest. Yeah. So the problem with us social runners is we train hard and run marathons, and marathons are run hard.
We do a lot of
so then we get finished very fast.
Yeah. So if you want to finish Comrades Marathon with a finisher's medal, Vic Clapham, what would you say is the minimum weekly mileage there?
From the beginning, after Comrades Marathon, from August there, you can be doing that thing that I said, of running 10 per day, 10 kilometers per day. Then during the weekends you run 30. That is the basic.
10 kilometers per day times 4, and then weekend 30.
Then it goes to how much? 70.
That's 40, 70.
It's 70.
That's heavy mileage.
No, that is not heavy. That is not heavy. On Saturday you run.
Yeah.
When you are tired to walk, then you run, you walk. It must be 30.
Yeah.
Then your legs will be strong.
It's actually going to be 80 because you said 10 minimum on the daily. It's going to be about 80.
Yes, but somebody will be feeling that, I can do more.
Yeah.
Yes. Where I train now, I'm training with 2 guys. They are new. They are going to the Comrades. When we train, they make sure that they are next to me.
Really?
They make sure that they are always next to me.
Yeah.
One of them passed me when we were at Taffy. He passed me. I said, "Now go. I'm not doing this thing anymore." But I could see that now after Taffy he said to me, why didn't you tell us that this thing is tough? I said, no, I wanted you to go and see for yourself. But
how kind of advice do you give if you don't tell people that tough is tough?
No, I cook people. I cook people.
You cook the medium rare, well done.
I cook people. No, I don't want somebody who is lazy or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So those two guys, they started training with us this year. They're novice, they're going to comrades.
Yeah.
I am quite sure that one of them will get a Bill Rowan because they are not giving up. When we run, I don't see them there at the back. They are always with me.
Yeah.
Yes. So they are learners. They learn. So I've got a lot who I train. So and there is one that I trained to. He got 2 Bill Rowans in succession. Now he's still here. And now I'm no more training him. He's just running for himself. But he knows how to run now.
So you're a coach.
And he used the stats. One of the things is, as a novice, if you can't use the stats from your app, then you can't learn anything. So you must learn. You must learn the stats. Yes.
Oh, there's a lot of stats.
Though. A lot of stats.
There's something called a heart rate variability. Yeah. There's a lot of stats.
I used to learn about that. We'll talk about it one day about stats that a runner, the basic stats that they must check.
That a runner must know.
It can't be a thing of saying you press, then you run the kilometers, then you
press. There's only 3 stats that matter: time, distance, pace.
No, they don't check
heart rate,
the zones where.
That does not matter.
Every day I run.
Social runners.
I'm concerned about the
VO2 max does not matter here.
Okay, when they stop, if it's a Garmin, for example, they stop and it says 55. It doesn't say anything.
No, it doesn't mean anything.
One day, maybe,
let's talk about
episode 20.
Yeah.
I'll share what this app is saying to me.
No, let's talk about it next time.
No, it's episode 20. I'll talk. About myself.
Oh, about yourself. Okay.
About the age that I'm at and what is the watch saying about me.
This is
at
episode 12.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll get
at what age I am.
Oh,
now,
gotcha.
If you can try the app, it will tell you this is your age, but your fitness age
is this is your VO2 max age.
It will show you the fitness age that, no, you are 45 years, but your fitness age is 32. But if you are 45, your fitness age is 70.
You're 32 years old, but you're playing for under 17. It's your football age.
No,
so running age is also cheating.
You
it's a cheating age.
Your fitness age is 45.
Yeah.
You are 45, your fitness age is 32.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
I get what you mean, yeah.
One doesn't make sense that you can't be 32 and your body is like a 45-year-old.
Yeah, it doesn't
It means
sense.
You are old,
Something's
but you are young.
Terribly wrong.
Yeah. So now, these are some of the tests that I check. And when I train, I try to push my VO2 max up.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to push that age back.
Yes. That's what it does. The VO2 max goes up, that age goes lower.
Yes, that age must go back. Yeah. I must be like this, but inside I must be young.
Yeah.
So that I don't get tired.
So we can't wait for episode 20. We learn about this magical stats, man. Let's talk about the last thing here.
Yeah.
Running out of time. Let's talk about recovery. We're talking about people who run, twice a day. One of the things that I do, one of the cycles, particular components of my structure, is that I do a hard run, and then immediately following the hard run, if I'm running twice a day, but me running twice a day, I'll probably be running in the late evening, or I'll be running at the gym on the treadmill. I would do a recovery run or an easy run if I know that tomorrow I wouldn't get time to run in the morning. So it's a hard run, easy run, and then rest, and then hard run, easy run, rest. That's like the cycle ongoing. If I do a tempo, for instance, a tempo run would not be as hard as an interval run, where I'm doing pole to pole, I'm doing, on the track or on a flat piece of land. That's not necessarily hard, but on the end of that rest day, I could be also doing some strength training, but for this cycle to work properly, there has to be sufficient and quality recovery. So what kind of recovery components do you add to your training structure?
Okay, after each training, there must be stretching.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we run, you run, maybe stop your watch. You don't stop your watch and sit down. You stop your watch and you do that run that after the run.
The cooling down run.
Cooling down run. Yeah. Yes, you do the cooling down run. You do, so that everything that was up, it must go down. Everything must go down.
30-kilometer run, 6-minute pace, average. How long and what pace is the
You can take
run?
maybe 800 to 1 kilometer, 800 meters to 1 kilometer.
Okay, so another like 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, doing a cooling run. After doing a cooling run, then you stretch.
Right.
You just wait maybe for 2 to 5 minutes so that you can not have a light head when you are going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you stretch.
A lot of runners don't do what you're talking about, man.
No, you must do that every day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. One of the things that one guy told me is this thing of touching your toes, and you stretching your hamstrings back. Yes, it works because if you can't touch your toes, it means your body is not
quite stiff.
Yeah, it's stiff. Yeah. So you must try to do that every day.
The muscles don't have range.
Yeah, the muscles are not working well. So that is what you must do every time after the run. You must stretch your muscles because they were working, but you must give them time to come back gradually. Then, thereafter, you need to do gradual runs. You can't be doing a hard run after that, then you do a recovery, then you don't do a gradual run. Gradual run, you must come gradually. You must not be fast.
Yeah.
You can't be doing 30, then you rest maybe for 2 days or 1 day. Then after that, then you go fast. I know.
Or you do a 5K.
Yeah, you will be running with your heart, not with your brain.
Yeah.
Yes. So now that is what you have to do. Now,
what kind of a run is a gradual run?
Gradually, it's easy run. It's easy run. You are coming gradually into running. You are not just taking.
Got you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then there is one thing that I learned not so long, and I applied it after we did the 55. That one of the ways of recovering, the first thing that you must do after running, you must eat.
Yes, definitely.
You must eat a lot of food.
Protein.
You
protein
eat.
And carbs, yeah.
Serious eating, not like you are eating a banana. Banana eating is not an eating. You're not eating.
Some people recover with food that is cold and fresh and crunchy, like a bowl of vegetables or fruit. Some people recover with, processed, hot, oily, fried, which is maybe rice or pap or pasta.
Yes,
and meat.
What I'm trying to say is, scientifically, it's like this. You have been running.
Yeah.
You've been on gels. You've been doing bananas. You've been doing potatoes.
Yeah. Some carbs and some.
Yes, but you've been using them. One thing for sure is after you have stopped, you have got deficit in your body.
Yes, you have lost a lot of
glycogen. You have lost. You were running on lactic acid at some point. So the mistake that we do is because we've been getting gels and whatever, our tongue, the taste is gone.
Yes.
The taste
is
gone.
Teeth are full of cavities.
You don't want to eat.
Yeah.
Because the food doesn't taste nice.
Yeah.
So you go and maybe you eat a watermelon or a banana, then you say, I'm fine.
And some Simba chips.
That space,
if
it's not supplied with food, that deficit, that is when your muscles will start to complain.
This is the first hour after.
The first hour.
Yeah.
Then
it's 30 minutes to an hour, yeah.
You must eat even if you don't want to eat.
What do you eat after that?
When I read about it and when I heard about it, I thought, there is this guy when we ran Loskop, is 50. He was having...
The bag of oranges?
No, not bag of oranges. No, he was having pap and meat.
Yeah.
Pap and
just
meat.
After that.
Yeah, and he was eating. And he said to me, no, let's eat. And I tried to eat, but it was not good because I was tired.
Yeah.
But after doing this 55, obviously on Sunday I would have had the pains. But because after doing that on Saturday, I ate 3 times.
You had no pains.
I ate 3 times and I was able to go and do recovery on Sunday without any pain.
Nicely done. Yeah.
And I was telling my partner that no, this thing works. After running, you must have food. And it means going to the comrades, you must have food. After running, you must eat food so that carbohydrates that are lost, everything that is lost is recovered
able to
fast.
regenerate quickly.
Yes. Now, when you don't eat, you are allowing the muscles to get injured. Now, after there is what we call whiplash, like when we've been in an accident.
Yeah.
You hit the muscles. Then you say, "No, I'm fine."
Yeah.
After 4 days, then you start to feel the pain.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is recovering by hydration. You drink the drinks that are full of electrolytes and water and food.
And sodium and
potassium. Yes. Then you just wait for the following day and you tell me what is the difference. Then you'll feel the difference. Because I felt the difference. I ran 55, but now I never felt any pain.
You're fine.
It was business as usual for this week. No problem. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying every day.
Don't try this at home. 55 kilometers.
No, 55. No, that was nothing. 55.
Look,
6 hours.
You spoke. Sure, we'll talk about the 55 just now. You spoke about the nutrition. Initially, it's the stretching, and then hydration, nutrition,
rest,
and then rest.
Yeah.
What is rest? Some people pass out on couches. Some people have a beer until they pass out. Some people take a shower and they'll go pass out and sleep.
Types of rest. There are rest that you need to be passive. You just sit. Maybe you've got what? Foam roller, doing roller, or you have got.
Or you're sitting on the pavement because you're still feeling it and still complaining about the hills.
You are doing yoga.
Yeah.
Some meditate.
Yeah.
So that is passive resting. Then there is active resting. After running a marathon, if it's in the morning and I arrive at home, I do whatever, I bath and do whatever.
Yeah.
4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I'll go out for a walk. That is passive. No, that is active resting. I'm resting, but I'm working, I'm doing something. So active you need to be able to do other things now, like you working, or some can do that inside the water.
Yeah.
Swim.
Swimming is a very good recovery.
Yes,
exercise.
You are recovering, and there are these rubber bands.
Resistance bands.
Yes, you put them on your legs. You walk with them at home. You just go around the house. Because
what do your kids say to you when you're walking around with a resistance band?
No, they know that I'm around. They're surprised. Yes, and sometimes you use the wheel. Yeah. There is that wheel.
The wheel. 6-pack exercise wheel. I forgot what it's called.
It's not 6-pack. Yeah.
But it's more for your abdominal muscles.
It's for the core.
It's for the core.
Yeah. It's for the core. Exercise. Yes.
Yeah.
You can use it
for recovery as well.
Yeah, you are
for
recovering
mobility.
Because your muscles. You must be mobile.
What about the most important recovery? Not for me. This is the most important recovery. What about sleep? Where does sleep clock in that cycle of post-marathon?
Rest is sleep.
Yeah, but you spoke about passive rest, walking.
No, I said you rest. Now this one is passive. Now is passive recovery.
Yeah.
It's not passive resting.
Okay.
It's passive recovery of doing the resisted bands, and you are doing the yoga. You are meditating.
Yeah.
But when you sleep, you are resting. That is the best form of resting.
Of recovery.
Yes, and you can sleep anytime.
Next week, I think let's kick in the active recovery versus passive recovery.
Okay.
When we speak about recovery.
Yeah.
I think for today we are good. I think we've covered all the things we've needed to cover. Nothing nasty was said about anybody because these episodes have been known for saying some stuff.
Somebody on Facebook he said to me, "No, you offended me."
You said you offended them?
Yes, I offended them.
How?
In the podcast. I don't know which part.
They didn't explain.
But I said, if I offended you,
yeah,
I didn't mention any name in that podcast.
Yeah.
Apologize. They didn't apologize.
So they must apologize.
No, it's
for
because,
accusing you of offending them.
Yeah, it's because maybe something that I said.
Yeah.
Pointed straight at them.
But nothing came
But
of substance.
there was no name dropping.
Yeah, there was no name dropping.
Even now, I'm not ashamed. I said that.
Yeah.
That is when I said when you are running with someone, and now they don't comply. They said we're running 4:30 and they start to walk. You must leave them.
Yeah.
You must leave them.
Yeah,
that one. I'm not apologizing.
Yeah.
If you go out with a person and you want to run with them, you say we're running 6.
Yeah.
Now, when you are just slowing down and you are throwing tantrums, they must leave you.
Yeah,
because now they can't pick you up and put you on their shoulder.
So you didn't mention names, so it doesn't.
Even now, I'm not mentioning names. This is a general thing.
It's a general thing.
Yeah, if you want to run with me, come and run with me. But when you get tired and we have agreed that we'll do this, I'll leave you.
So they're not running with you.
No, some can run with me.
Yeah.
And when I stop, they stop. And when I go, they go. And they know that I stop because I want to rest.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a walk run. Now, when we go, then you must comply.
Yeah.
Because you came to me.
Yeah.
I didn't come to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, let's
So,
let's
advice to you. Next time, give them.
Yeah, no, advice. I'm going to use that advice next time. This is the Run Mode podcast. My name is Mohotjie and this is Madisha, man. We'll see you guys next time. Keep running, man.
Peace.
Thank you very much.
Peace.
Madisha.
Peace.
Yeah, no, you can shut it down, man.